Did somebody say a short form building video? Why, yes! Yes, they did. It was me just then. So, we're going to do a little bit of building. And I thought, you know what, let's just make a tiny little video, probably about 10 minutes. We'll see. I get carried away. We're going to do some building. Specifically, we're going to do this building right here. So, let's go and have a look. I put this together when I was kind of just throwing things to make kind of the little area. Not really sure exactly how I was going to do it, but since then, and since I built this building here, spoilers for a longer episode, I have decided I don't want this anymore, so we need to tear it down and build something new. Yes, Bushin, I'm going to build something new. You're going to have a better view, not just these skeletal things. So, let's tear into it. And just like that, the entire bit... Okay, the entire building is not gone. If I can do this on camera. If I can't do this, this clip won't make it into the video. So let's see what happens. I missed. Lower angle. Aha, there we go. Perfect. Okay, the entire building is now gone. I am currently flying towards a wonderfully redacted area that I can see beautiful, and you can see just a little bit of. But this wonderfully redacted area is going to allow me to build the next bit of this build. So we'll take that. Nice. And we'll get back to the building. You get back to work. Right, yes. Like I said, beautiful redacted building. Lovely, lovely. Now that I have gone to the redacted building, I am able to utilize the wonderfully redacted glass that you do not see in my inventory. Nope. So, this will this bottom area off now, although I have yet to get rid of the giant tree, and I have yet to do an interior for it. But hey, that will come in time. We just patient. Go nicely. Yeah, fill in these couple of windows. And as you can see, I added a few signs around the base as well. So now we've got this blue strip going around the top, and those are filled. Jumping ahead quite a lot, I have done, well, a little bit of work, and then a bit more. Okay, I've done the complete outside of the building, as it is so far, and what we've gone for is we've used those general BrightCorp colours. We've got the dark at the bottom, we've got the light at the top, and that is quite a deceptively large amount of concrete that's gone into that. I've also added a little kind of a sign on the side here, reusing those light blue terracotta blocks that I had on the previous building. And what I need to do now is go inside the building and add something of a ceiling and roof to each of these different areas. So it gives the general idea of, it is actually a building and not just a shell. And we're going to play with one of the very simplest methods that I know about doing various things like this, which involves basically tricking people's mind into seeing what it is that they think they're seeing. So I'm not going to put a massive amount of detail onto the inside of this because you're not going to be able to get inside it. But you're going to get an idea that there are rooms and buildings inside this without me having to do a lot of work by messing around and making it look like there is. So, the human brain will find those patterns and go, yep, that kind of looks like a room, therefore I believe there's a room in there. And that is the look that we are going to go for. Hello again, and here we are up on top of the now completed building. And we're going to start up here, and we're just looking at all the various random little details that I always add on the top of buildings like this. We've got the vents, we've got the random towers, things like this, little chimney stacks, maybe sort of aerials, and the kind of wire and cabling that would go all over the place, and pipes and stuff like that. And I also attempted to kind of do something of a satellite dish. It's not particularly good, I will admit, but it was an attempt, and I don't think I've ever actually made one before. So, you know what? I'm fine with it. But if we go down to the bottom, we will be able to have a decent look at the entire building in its entirety. And as you can see, I've done a little bit more work around the outside. What I've done as well is I've added ceilings and floors into each of the layers. So when you look at it from this kind of an angle, which is how it is intended to be viewed, you're going to be able to see these ceilings up there as well as little details that will show that this is in fact something for building. And I've added a wall in this kind of area back here because that is where the stairs that go all the way up to the top of the building are. And again, you can see that wall looking through the side of the windows, which means that again, it looks like it's an actual building and not just a shell. So it gives that perspective, and the brain will look at that and think, yeah, there is definitely rooms in there. It is not just walls, it's a thing. And if we go down to the bottom here, I've just added a few little details like a table, like a shelf, and things like that dotted around that mean it looks like an abandoned, wasted building that maybe once had something inside of it. These cactus are an absolute bane. I should really get rid of them. And over here on this side, again, to allow you to be able to see in and this roof, we blew up a hole in the side of this building and then just darkened it to look like it has been burnt or something along those lines. And then, because the potential of this building falling over here threatens the main compound and the greenhouses over here, it's had a bit of rough shoring up here with these braces and things like that. What I've also then gone and done is add a load of plant work and things like that on the outside where it's been growing up over here. A couple of vines just spread across. May go back up there and put a few bits of string here and there just so it isn't quite as thick like that. And again, we've got the usual drain pipes, air conditioning, that kind of thing dotted around, and a whole load of crates and barrels because you need barrels for these kinds of things. And again, the front is the same. I've kept this little lump of stand and stuff here exactly the same. This trailing work, again, is what was left over from the original building. But I'm rather happy with how this has come out. And I think it's looking pretty damn good. And again, you'll see that I have started over on this side, going with a similar, like, lower layer with these big windows that from the original building. And then we're going to go up, probably with the white concrete, with other big window sections here. So it is imitating that ruined building over there and this residential building here. And it is beginning to make this street look pretty damn good. Hopefully, very soon, I will have this entire street finished, and then we can start adding more details and things like that. But if we just land here and we just have a look out of the bedroom, you can see this scene is really beginning to take place. And once we've finished off this building here at some point, added some more things up there, and a little bit of building in the background, this is going to look like a very enclosed, ruined area. So, thank you very much for watching. My name is BrightRose, and I will see you again very soon in another video from here on the RelaxedCraft server. Bye-bye!